Hi everybody, I'm Emma. This is quite possibly my first YouTube video, if not the second. Welcome to my channel. I'm so happy you're here, whomever you may be. As I move forward in my channel, I'm really looking forward to doing all sorts of different videos. I have a lot of content that I'd like to put out there, and if you know me personally, know that I am in musical theater and I'm an actress, and so I'm definitely going to be posting some of that type of content on here, covers, etc. I also am obsessed with beauty, and I think that product reviewing is going to be something that I can offer a lot in, because I really love getting in the ingredients, in the makeup, in the skincare and all of it, because there's so much to learn, and there's so much that isn't really explained in terms of why something might be good for one skin type and not another. It's really important treating our skin well and our hair well. I mean, makeup, it goes into literally like your orifices. So you've got to be careful with what you put on your body. I think that health right now is obviously on all of our minds, and certainly we're not thinking about our skin health the most, but it's something that we should all take note of, and even the sanitation of our products. I also do want to give a shout out to literally the reason I'm starting a YouTube channel, the only YouTuber who I really watch just consistently. I am a diehard fan of Tati Westbrook, otherwise known as Glam Life Guru. I've been watching her channel since I was really young, since I was in early middle school, and literally was doing glitter eyeshadow that looked like a bruise on my face, and she taught me so much. And so I'm definitely taking some cues from you, Tati, in terms of how I'm setting up my videos and how you review products and wear tests. I think that what you do is so awesome. So I really just want to give props to a lot of the inspiration in terms of ideas or video formatting. Yeah. All the love for you, Tati. Thank you. I am going to be doing for today something that I think is going to be really functional and useful for a lot of people. I'm going to be showing 3 different hair down style of curls that you can achieve with one single curling wand, and the one that I'm using is the 25mm Amika wand. I really like this wand for a variety of reasons, and that is why I bought it, even though it is pretty high priced. It's $250, which, yikes. But you're getting a lot. You're getting this base here, which has heat control with a digital panel here, which is awesome. Automatic turn off if you ever leave your wand on, which, God forbid, it does turn it off in that case. You're also going to be getting a total of 5 wands. So the one here is the 25mm, and then we also have this guy right here, this guy right here for a little bit of a bigger curl, this guy right here who's going to be really big, give you waves, this guy here for a bigger voluptuous curl, this little tapered guy, and then your nice and thin little baby iron for the really natural looking curly cues. For those of you who have curly hair, this is great for touch-ups. It also comes in this really cute little travel case, which I think is so awesome. It also comes with a glove, and it's just very compact, and you can achieve so much. I mean, the possibilities are endless. And we're just talking about 3 looks you can do with only this one. So let us just put that out there. I'm absolutely by no means saying that you need to buy this $250 big kit. It is the Amika Jack of all curls. But if spending a lot of money on a heat tool is something that you're in the market to do, I think that this is a really great option. Otherwise, there are really amazing irons for a lower price. I do think that for a curling iron, the wand is the best style because it gives you the most control, especially now with the addition of these new tips they've been putting at the ends of wands. You're much less likely to hurt yourself. Like, I can do that and it's okay. It takes away a lot of the problems that a clamp can cause with the little lines that you get in your hair. It's much easier. I think there's much less of a learning curve. In general, spending a little bit more money on heat tools is a good use of resources as compared to maybe spending more money on makeup. The reason being that there are a lot of drugstore, very low priced heat tools, but they're going to be a little more dangerous. They aren't going to have things like that automatic turn off feature, and they can be really damaging to the hair. Whenever you're applying heat to the hair, especially high heats, like this goes up to 450, it's going directly on your hair, which is already fragile. Goodness knows mine is. So you need to be careful, and these higher quality items are going to have better materials. They have ionized whateverness. I don't even really know. All I know is that it makes a big difference. So I would much rather spend, you know, my extra $50 having a much less damaging hair iron than I would, you know, getting a Givenchy blush or something. Okay, so for today's look, we're going to be doing something very everyday, sort of easy breezy. We're looking for an outward curl, something that's gonna keep the hair away from the face, and it's gonna be one of the more casual of the looks, definitely leaning a little bit more Serena than Blair. So to start, obviously I'm gonna take my hair out of my bun. I already worked in a little bit of some Briogeo heat protectant, which I'll put in the description. So first thing we're gonna do is make sure we're parted how we want to be. Brush out your hair. I'm using the ID Tangle brush, which I got on Amazon. Again, I'll put it below. It's by Olivia Garden. It's the medium hair. And I just like this because it's very similar to a wet brush, which is a brand I also love. And I think the wet brushes, really you should just use all the time, because if it's a brush that's going to damage your hair less than other brushes, then I would use the more damaging brushes ever. That's just my 2 cents on that. I've set this to 390. So I'm gonna start by taking a relatively small section in the front. Not all my sections are gonna be this small, but I think the pieces in the front need the curl the most, and I just find that the first curl just kind of falls a little bit, so it's better to have it a little bit quicker. So as I'm moving my hair around this, you see that I'm twisting, and what I'm not doing is actually twisting it, but I'm untwisting it. Because as you move your hair, it's going to twist around because of the motion, and that's going to take away from the curl. What I've also done is layered the pieces at the bottom over the pieces that are already there, because I do have long hair, so it helps me keep it all on the barrel, but also it's going to make sure that those pieces aren't directly touching the barrel, those pieces at the end of your hair, which are going to be the most damaged. So there's a little bit of a barrier there. And so don't be scared. I know this is like super ringlet land, but it's all going to be very brushed out by the end here. I'm a firm believer in having a little bit of a crazy curl that we let cool down, because that's going to give you a much more long-lasting result that I personally like better, because I am that person that I'll do my hair, I'll leave the house, and then suddenly it's straight again. And nobody loves that. So as I'm moving, I'm going to get another piece still on sort of the upper level of my hair here. I'm not separating it into sections because I think it's unnecessary, especially for a natural look. So this bigger piece, and you're gonna notice I'm still curling away from the face, so my barrel is behind my piece of hair, and I'm curling back over it and untwisting as I go. As you can see, if I don't untwist, it starts to stay and get a little bit like that. So you're really just untwisting the end so you can get a flat piece of hair on the barrel. And as I sort of bring it in here, I'm gonna be rotating back, and I'm gonna do that sort of in a loose way. I don't want this hair to be let it fall off a little bit so that when the whole curl comes off, I'll kind of one thing. You're gonna get kind of a bigger ringlet. Scrunch it up, hit it with my hands a little bit so that it doesn't set so harshly. Also, if you're noticing, just as a side note, the top of my hair looks super dark right now, but I am gonna be trying a lemon juice over here, so that might be out before this, which would be funny because I'm gonna be going backwards in my hair journey. I'm not holding it for very long for each of them. Sometimes I do count to 10, but I'm not counting 10 seconds. I'm counting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I basically count to 10 as fast as I can, and if I get past that, then I know I've probably held it too long. So my camera died, and it's been like 2 hours, but we're back again. These few curls are still done, and I haven't done the rest of my hair, so I can do it for you guys. But you can see how they've already started to fall, even without the sort of distressing of it that I'm going to do when we're done. So back from where we left off. Okay, so half of my hair is done with the initial curls. So when we hit the other side, we're starting from the back, just to keep things going. But we're gonna switch the directions and switch hands. So now I'm taking my left hand on the curling iron and my right hand holding the hair, still putting it behind, still twirling it back away from the face. So now the curls are going in a different direction than they were before, in the middle of your head and the back. Don't worry about it being directly in the middle, because it's all gonna get a little bit mussed and brushed, and you don't want any harsh lines if we're doing this sort of casual curl. Okay, now we're back and our curls are set. I will say that I do this in place of a hairspray, unless I'm doing something really high exertion, or if I'm gonna be on stage. I don't like to use hairspray or anything really like it, because I think that it gives a crunch to the hair that I don't like, even the touchable hairsprays. I do have some recommendations for those that I use when I feel the need, but for a daily basis, especially something that's kind of chill, it's necessary, and it's not very good for your hair, and the aerosol isn't good for the environment, so that's what I have to say on that. So your curls are still going to be looking a little Shirley Temple. Brush back with your brush. You're going to repart your hair. And then you're going to run your fingers through it. And it's at this point that we look a little bit like Farrah Fawcett, but we don't hate it. And just continue to work it through. And you're not going to necessarily want to brush out all of your hair with an actual brush. If all the curls are going the same way, it sort of turns them into one big curl and gives you that vintage sort of, I don't even know how to explain the type of curl it is, but you'll see. I also am going to add a little bit of argan oil to my ends, because anytime I use heat, you want to protect before and after. Also, if you guys do have any good heat protectors you want to recommend or you want me to try, please let me know. Okay guys, so this is the final look for our first style of curl. I've just brushed my hands through it a little more, really working in any pieces that didn't quite get curled. Letting it be casual, letting it be fun, letting it be flirty. I really like how it turned out. It's very blown out and glamorous, but not stuffy, not looking like a whole lot of stuff going on. It's very wearable. I like to, you know, brush your hair through it. You can put it around, let it be. It works as a very beachy hairstyle, you know. You don't have to keep it quite in place. Tuck it behind the ear. She's there. So let's move on now to look 2. Okay, so for look 2, we're going to be doing something a little more posh, a little more preppy, definitely a little more flair than Serena. So it's going to be very similar to look 1 in a lot of your method, with a few key differences that are going to help you achieve a different look. So I've already gone and set my curling iron to 390 again, and I'm starting once again with a small section at the front of my head. So for this one, I am going to be curling tighter on the barrel, meaning that there's not going to be really any space between the curls. I'm also going to be making sure that my last little bit of hair is wrapped all the way up. As I grab my second section, I'm going to make sure it's as small as the first. So for this look, all the sections are going to be slightly smaller. And not only are the curls going to be tighter, but they're going to be smaller around the end rather than the little bit of the looser thing we were doing before. So I'm not holding out here with the end, but rather curling all the way back around, making sure not to touch the iron with my fingers. And you're going to continue in this manner for the first half of the head. Okay, so now that I've finished the curls in the first half of my head, I'm going to move on to the second half. And instead of changing directions the way I did on the previous look, I'm going to keep it going in the same direction so that all the curls are going to be going this way. And on this side, they won't be away from the face. For clarification, the curls on the second side of my head, I'm going to be putting my barrel in front and curling the hair over it towards my face. Okay guys, so all the curls are finished. My camera did stop when I was finishing this side, but I didn't have any differences in my method. This is a problem that I'm going to fix as my channel goes on. I know there's a lot of little issues we're having with focus, with sound, with the camera turning on and off, so I'm going to be fixing all of those as I move forward. I definitely have a lot to learn in terms of YouTube, so bear with me. Now that we have our curls finished, we're going to go ahead and let them set. I've already done that a little bit. I would recommend at least 5 minutes of having them in their original state before you start to mess with them. You can see as compared to the look before, my hair looks shorter because the curls are tighter and they're a little bit closer together. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do to mess with it is I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to start brushing out the tops of the head, and I'm not going to go back and part like I did the last one. I'm just going to get the top. And then once I've got the top, I'm going to slowly work my brush into the bottoms. It may seem like, why don't you just brush it all at once? Goodness knows, I don't know, but it works better this way. And as you do this, the curls are going to start to blend together a little bit. If you look down at the side of your head, you're going to notice that the curls turn almost into a wave, sort of like that vintage 20s thing. That's what I was trying to describe in the previous video when I recommended not using a brush in your hair for that look. Alright guys, so this is the final for our second look. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's very classy, very posh, a little more formal than our last look. If you want to wear it with half up, half down hairstyle, it's really cute. I mean, if you're telling me you're not getting princess vibes right now, you're lying. And if we really want to turn up the blare, we can just pop in a little headband and be out the door. You suddenly feel like you're back on the Upper East Side again. And now on to our final look. Alright, for my third and final look, I'm going to be doing something a little bit beachy, a little bit grungier. It's going to be more natural in terms of the direction of the curls, and I think it's got a little bit more edgy rock and roll vibe. I mean, I don't know that I have an edgy rock and roll vibe, but if I was going to have an edgy rock and roll vibe, this is probably what it would look like. I am going to start, as per usual, by taking a small section of hair at the front. My first curl, I'm going to do backwards. I'm going to let there be a little bit of space between the curls and the barrel, and then the final curl, I'm not going to put all the way in. I'm going to hold it a little bit out. Let the end have some space, if you will. I'm going to let this one hang, run my hand through it a little bit. Now my next curl, I'm going to be doing the opposite direction. So for this look, every other curl is going in a different direction. So now my barrel is in front. This one, more than the others, it's really important to have that hair flat on there. And remember, leaving a little space at the end. The nice thing about this style is that when you hit the back of the head, you don't have to do anything different because you're already switching directions every curl. One other thing I'm doing slightly differently with this look than the others is that I'm holding the iron a little bit further away from my head, so I'm not worrying about getting the curl close to the scalp. And those are the initial curls. Okay, now I've let my curls set a little bit. I will say that with this look, I would be more inclined to use hairspray than with the others, just because the shape of the curls and that little bit of crunchiness can actually sort of add to the effect. So now what I'm going to do is stay far away from my brush completely, and I'm going to scrunch up the hair. And next I'm going to work my hand through each curl, sort of individually. I'm sort of keeping the curls separated, but still incorporating a little bit of smoothness. What I'm also going to do is incorporate a side part. I do usually part my hair a tad off center. I mean, it is off center, but we're gonna want a real honest to God side part. There is a reason that I do this after I do the curls, and it's because I want the top to look a little messy. So we are gonna use our brush for that, but only to brush back so we can get our new part. For me, I prefer to have the part on the right side of my face. And here we have it. A little bit rocker. I keep saying that. I really do not look like a rocker. I'm wearing a white peasant blouse. But you get the drift. It's a little edgier, you know? Like, I could wear this and also wear dark eye makeup and like a lot of black, and it would all look fitting. Maybe like a little stud earring. Let's pretend that I dressed appropriately for the video so you were getting the full effect. So there it is. We have completed all 3 looks with one curling iron. There's a lot of similarities, but the small little differences can really change the vibe of the look you're going for. I really hope you guys liked this. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. If you have any questions, criticisms, recommendations, suggestions, hit up the comment box. Please subscribe, ring the bell. If you want to hang out with me some more, the bell will notify you when I post new videos. You can choose all the videos. You can choose some of the videos. You can do whatever the heck you want to do. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video.